Yes, away from cricket, we go straight to football. Earlier in the day, we were supposed to look at the review of the match between Nigeria and Costa Rica that we lost. Nigeria is not going to the World Cup, but Costa Rica is ensuring that they've departed with a 2-0 win over Nigeria to the World Cup. Talking to me on the review of the match that was played earlier, earlier this morning is Joseph Agwo, who is a licensed football administrator and a product of Nigerian Institute of Sport. Joseph, it's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Yeah, you want to talk cricket?
Cricket is it is a welcome development to Nigeria. Nigeria is actually very new in cricket. Yeah. You can compare Nigeria to the likes of South Africa, who have been doing very well in the world stage and all that. But for Nigerians to have this inspiration to get involved in cricket, it is a welcome development. As a sport person, I'm very, very happy to see that Nigeria is really doing well in that aspect.
Okay, now let's now come back to your own area of expert, football. Yes, surprisingly, we didn't get that done, though it was Super Eagles Team B against the Costa Rica national team. What's your take on what do you think Salisu Yusuf is not doing well?
Yeah, well, the match against Costa Rica, it is not a disappointing match. The reason is because if you see the team he took to Costa Rica is a high-flying side. They have qualified for World Cup at the Qatar for FIFA World Cup, and they played the game at home in front of their home fans with the likes of Campbell, who have played in Arsenal, and the likes of the goal scorer Duarte, and they scored at a very early goal, which I really condemn. I really condemn Nigerians for you don't go into a game and you concede early goals. It demoralizes your interest. It demoralizes your performance in the game. And having gotten an early goal and at 73rd minute by Watson, it's disappointing, but it is a good outing for Salisu and his boys. Yeah,
so what do you think Salisu should have learned from the game, knowing that they still have so much it takes because they've qualified for the second round of the Olympic qualifiers, and I'm sure that what do you think they can learn from that game?
Yeah, they should learn that they are still yet up to expectation. Their games was not fully a fantastic game. They haven't been playing a fantastic game as at the moment, but Salisu should have known that, ought to know that the challenge is yet to be over. So, but for the fact that he is able to play against Costa Rica and he lost 2-0 shows that there is a lot of work to be done. And I've always made mention of the Olympic team, which is the under-23 side, is a vital stage of every national football team. So he ought to up his game, try as much as possible as to blend the boys to expectation. But one thing I'm so much impressed with, I'm so much impressed with Nigerian coaches these days. They are trying to have a unified formation, 4-4-2 system of formation. So we see that at the under-17 level, which Bankole did all through, using on the 17 side. And now he is also using that same formation. So it's a transition. If such formation could be from the early stage, the early stage, and it continues to the senior level, I think Nigeria will be known with a set of style of play. And if he does that, everything will work well for him.
Yes, I'm sure you're part of today's show. Earlier today, we discussed about Sheyi Akinwumi saying that a qualified Nigerian coach is better than a foreigner. That why don't you just go for a qualified Nigerian? You shared your own opinion and earlier this morning. Yes. For those who have joined us. Before we round off the show, name 4 player and coaches you think might be part. But that'll be part of the qualified Nigeria. You mentioned Samson Siasa. Yeah. What other player coaches can you say? I'm sure you should name yourself because you're also one of the good.
Of course, I'm still in the process, and I know with time, they'll definitely.
So without taking much of our time, the coaches you think?
Yeah, Sam Sisiasa was one of the one I first mentioned.
Yeah.
We have a coach in the name of, we have people like Emmanuel Amunike. I also have coaches like the coach in Nigerian leagues who are doing very well as well. So because of our time, let me just end it at these two persons, which I believe that they can do perfectly well.
Yes, thank you very much. You show one of the evidence that you're a coach. You realize that time is going on the show. That's all we can take you on today's program. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Joseph, for being part of the show. Earlier, Ijoma Okigbo from Abuja joined us to talk about cricket and the incident that happened in Stephen Keshi Stadium. And that's all we could take. My name still remains Mudashiru Shitu. Thank you for watching. Same time tomorrow, we'll be giving you all what you need to know in the world of sports. Bye for now.